question of this LeetCode series. This is the 26th question which we are going to solve here. Is remove duplicates from a sorted array. As we will be given a sorted array which will be non-decreasing as it is said in the question. We have given an array called nums which is sorted in non-decreasing order, and we have to remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only once. As this question suggests that we have to remove the elements which are repeated in the array. Okay, so here we are given a nums and an input array, and we are expected to give an expected nums array which will have the length of its own, as the nums array will have the length with the repeated elements, and the expected nums array will not have those repeated elements, so it will be shorter than the nums array. And here also we have given an approach for this question, as asset k will be equal to expected nums and k which is equal to the remove duplicates num. Here it is basically given as we have to first declare and remove duplicate function. Inside that we have to write all this. We have to perform all this function here. Okay, so this is how it is looking as we are solving. It's similar, but let's go inside okay, remove duplicates is the name of the function. Inside that we have declared vector nums. We are not solving by array, we are solving it by nums, vector, with data type int. And as you can see, this is ampersand which we are using not to copy the numbers. We are having a condition. This is the edge case. As if nums size equals to 0, then we will return false, that there is no any array, there is no any vector inside it. Okay, so here we are having pointer to track last unique element, as we will iterate from the first of the element. So here initially we are setting I as 0. This is the similar format which we have submitted into the LeetCode, so don't worry about what we will optimize. This is the optimized solution of it. For int j equals to 1, now we are using two variables. First one will go from an element to element, and the other will compare the elements. Okay, int j equals to 1. If I is starting from 1, then we will forward j to the second element so that it can compare the first value which is itself and the previous value which is the ith element. And the j will go up to nums.size, and then we will iterate it, as this means j equals to j plus 1, which is j plus plus. So it is pointing to the next vectored element. J is going up to nums.size. Nums is the vector. We have given this vector as nums name. It is the name of the vector. Dot size we are using to go up to the size of the vector. So if nums j is not equal to nums I, then we will move to the next position. Nums I equals to num j, then copy new unique value and then return the index from 0. Then we will return that index, as we don't want that we copy the whole vector inside the new vector. We want only the vectors, only the vector element which are unique inside the array. We are using, let's dry run first of all it. Okay, so let me zoom it and then let me explain you how will this run. So let's assume we have an array 1 1 2 2 3. Okay, here are the steps. these are the values of j. I will explain you how are they working. These are the nums. Nums means this vector. Okay, this is nums. And the action taken. What is the action taken while that loop? We are gonna see that also, and these are the final values of it. Okay, so first of all, first step is the initial step. I is 0 and j is set to 1, as we have already set over here as I equals to 0 and j equals to 1. And nums is this, action is start. Nums we are having this and the action is start. Step first, I equals to 0 and j equals to 1. Okay, now it will go to the first element. I equals to 0, this is the I equals to 0. Sorry, this is the I equals to 0 and this is j equals to 1. This element is j equals to 1. This element is I equals to 0 and this is j equals to 1. They both are same, so there will be no change inside. There will be no change and we will skip that part. Okay, as both elements are same, so we will have no change inside the final array. Now we will see what will happen next. So we will skip that part. We will skip that loop, that 10th loop. Now we are going to the second step, which still has 0 and j will go to 1. Okay, as j will go to 1 because of here we have given as j plus plus, so it will go to 1 after 2. It will go to the second position. It will go at the second position. So at second step, I is still 0. I is still 0 because we had no change here. We have skipped that part, but j will become 2 because of this iteration. We are iterating j, but we have set I to 0. Okay, then 2 is not equal to 1. J went to 2, as we have remembered in C language also, or in any array or any vector, the first element is 0 and the last element is the whole elements, number of elements minus 1. The length of that the length of that array becomes that array length minus 1, as we are starting the index from 0. So 2 here, this 2 is not equal to 1, is not equal to 1, this and this, sorry, I equals to 0 and j equals to 2, as this is not the value 2, this is the index 2. As 2 is not equal to 1 means the first element is not equal to the second element in the vector. So I will be equal to 1, as what we have said here, I will be equal to nums j. We will copy that new unique value, as if first element is not equal to the jth element, then we will copy that first value and we will copy that first value equals to j and put it into the new vector. So nums I equals to 2, as nums 1 equals to 2, nums 1 here, nums 1 equals to 2, so we will store 2 at index 1. Okay, so here we will store 2 at index 1. Got it? We will store 2 at index 1. Here you can see in the final array that 2 is stored at first index. 2 is stored at the first index. Then we are going to the third step, as here we have also did I++. I++ means if I had changed, if I is changed, then we will iterate I also. Okay, so I equals to 1 and j equals to 3. I equals to 1 and j equals to 3. Still 2 equals to 2, so there will be no change. Skip that part. Here and here there will be no change. Okay, so we will skip that part. So again, the iterated value, again 2 will not be printed in the final array. Now the next step is fourth step. We have I equals to still 1 because there are no changes in the previous step, and j equals to 4, as j will still iterate, as we are iterating it. I will only iterate if j is not equal to I. If I is equal to j, then I will not get iterated. It will have its position which we have given into the previous step. Okay, so this is the fourth one. The j equals to 4. Here 3 means j 3 is not equal to 2. So I becomes 2 and nums 2 equals to 3. So I becomes 2 here. As we have here, you can see that if j is not equal to I, so here j 3 is not equal to 2. So what we will do, we will copy the I element equal to jth element. So we are copying I equals to 2 at 3. Okay, we are copying I equals to 2, which is 3. Okay, so store 3 at index 2. Why we are storing 3 at index 2? As we have not taken the previous 2 into our final array, as it is already existing in the final array. So we will not take it. We will take 3 as it is unique and non-repeating in the nums vector. Okay, so if it is iterated to 2, now what will be the fifth step? In the fifth step, I becomes 2 and j becomes 5. So j fifth means the element next to 3 will compare with 3, that whether the index fifth element is equal to 3 or not. If it is equal, then I will remain 2 and j will again increase at 6 in the next step after 5th. Okay, so here we are returning I plus 1. Why we are returning I plus 1? Because index is starting from 0. As I have already told you that if index is starting from 0, the length becomes elements minus 1. Okay, so the total number of elements when we are countering it, or when we are counting it in terms of index, it will become length minus 1, number of elements minus 1. Okay, so let's go to LeetCode, and the similar thing is happening here. The similar thing I have written over here. It is not optimized. The thing I have written and then the thing we have dry run was already optimized. Okay, so if you want to have 2 loops, you can. Okay, but then you have to put a condition here that if j is not equal to I, only then you have to repeat I. You can use while loop here also. You can, yeah. So that was it. This is what they have explained also. Thank you.